Hi, welcome to Crunch Fitness. My name is Sue Elkin and this is Yoga Mama. You know, practicing yoga while you're pregnant is such a great way to keep your body healthy and your mind stress-free. It's also an amazing way to connect more fully to your growing baby and expanding body. Before we begin, there's a few things you'll need to know. If you're new to yoga, take it slow to learn the poses. And for everyone, now is not the time to push yourself. Depending on what trimester you're in, and we have them all here today, you'll have more or less energy. So always listen to your body and do what feels best, and take as many breaks as you need to. Also, if you're ever feeling lightheaded or dizzy, just sit down and rest immediately until it passes. So we'll be practicing yoga barefoot on sticky mats like these. If you don't have a sticky mat, any surface that's not too slippery will do. Wear something comfortable that you can stretch in, and that's especially loose around the belly. Remember, babies like lots of space to do yoga. Make sure you have a blanket or a pillow to sit on, and have a chair nearby, just in case for balance or to modify. Lastly, and most importantly, relax and have fun. Make this a special time to connect to yourself and your baby. You mamas ready? Let's make our way down to the floor, coming into a comfortable cross-leg position. Grab your blanket or pillow to sit on, to elevate your hips and to support your spine. Placing your hands on your thighs and just sliding them back until your elbows are under your shoulders. As you inhale, feel your heart rise and draw your shoulders back. As you exhale, keep the length in your spine and relax and let the weight of your body melt into the earth. Tune in to the rhythm of your breath and just allow the sound of your breath to draw your attention inward and quiet your mind. Let's close the eyes here. With each deep inhalation, you're nourishing not only yourself, but your growing baby. With each long exhalation, releasing any tension and feeling more space. And slowly, with the eyes closed, bring your hands together at your heart. Connecting to the love you have in your heart for your baby. Let's see if we can make it our intention today to come from this loving and nurturing place. Releasing the arms down and gently opening the eyes. And so in yoga, we use what is called ujjayi breathing, which means we breathe through the nose deep into the back of the throat. It sounds a little bit like the wind or the ocean roar. Listen. This type of breath is both relaxing and strengthening, and it can help you if you're ever feeling shortness of breath. Who knows? You may even find yourself using this breath during labor. I know I will be. Inhale, let's sweep the arms up overhead. Interlacing the fingers and pressing the palms up. Take a few deep breaths here. Feel your ribcage lift and expand away from your hips. Relax your belly and see how much space you can create for yourself and your baby. It should feel really good. Take one more breath in and exhale, release. So as we move on, Michelle over here will be modifying many of the poses for those of you that want to back it up. As you know, being pregnant is a day-to-day exploration, so always honor how you feel today. Let's move the blankets aside and come around onto our hands and our knees. Placing your shoulders directly over your wrists and your knees a little wider than hip width. Point your toes. Now, if you experience any wrist pain here, grab a small towel, roll it up, and place it under the heels of your hands like jhana over there. It's not uncommon to experience carpal tunnel syndrome while we're pregnant. Now let's begin to gently warm up the spine. On the inhale, slowly begin to arch your spine. Roll your shoulders back and gaze up. As you exhale, press down into the floor. Draw your chin into your chest and round your spine. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhale. Feel your sit bones rise. Draw your shoulders back. Only go as far as it feels good. And exhale, press down into the floor. Looking towards your belly and say hello. 1 more time. Inhale. Slow it down to match the length of your breath. And exhale, rounding your back. Empty out all of your breath. And so now we're going to come into a neutral spine, which means we're not overly arching or rounding the back. The later you are in your pregnancy, the more you need to be careful that the weight of your baby isn't pulling your lower back down. So always move your tailbone down and keep your lower back lifted. Rooting each knuckle down into the floor to support your wrists. Let's extend the right leg straight back, lifting the toes a few inches off the floor. Keep your shoulders and your hips square. This is such a great way to strengthen the whole back of your body. If you feel stable here, slowly begin to extend your left arm forward, palm facing in. You can always take your right foot back down to the floor if you feel wobbly or any strain. Take 1 more breath in and exhale, release. Gently round your spine and stretch out your back. Coming back into a neutral spine. And so you may have noticed that your balance isn't quite the same as it used to be. Keep your eyes on one point just to help you feel more stable. Let's try the other side. Left leg extends back, toes lift. Look down the front of your body and see your belly. So guess who's doing yoga with you? Make sure you're breathing. Move the tailbone down. And gazing forward at one point, if you feel steady, extend your right arm. Keep your muscles strong by firming them into your bones. Take 1 more breath here. And exhale, release. Let's move into child's pose. Separate your knees wider than your hips. Point your toes. And slowly rest your hips back towards your heels. Bend your elbows and let your head rest on your hands. Okay, let's come back up onto all fours. Look down at your hands and make sure they're symmetrical and that your hands are shoulder width apart. See if you can relax your chest a little bit towards your hands, creating a crease between your shoulder blades. Squeeze them onto your back and take that big arch out of your back by moving your tailbone down. Let's keep the arms real stable here as we curl the toes under. Take a breath in. Slowly lift your knees and your hips up off the floor and come into what we call downward facing dog. Separate your feet a little wider than hip width and keep your knees slightly bent. This will create lots of space for your baby. If you need to modify this, bend your knees and come back to the floor. Slide your hands forward 6 to 8 inches like Michelle. Relax the head and neck. And everyone, press down into the floor and extend your spine. Only if it feels comfortable, you can begin to straighten your legs. Looking back towards your toes, let's separate the feet to the edges of our mat. A little